No, just standard. It's not a point target stun, but it's a reliable
I'm
stun.
very sorry, but you just got baited.
Man, these voice lines in game, it feels like I can manage them a little bit more, but
Wait,
it's always
hold on.
genuine
I'm
Yopaj.
just
10
gonna.
seconds
I'm just gonna go
remaining.
back and have a look at the Neon Supporters Club page. Okay, so
5 seconds remaining.
what is going on with that emoticon?
Whose
Like, look-
emoticon is it? Yeah, I see.
Like it just seems like some crappy Tumblr gif, you know, from a while ago. I don't know.
What is that puck spray too? Oh, oh boy. Interesting.
Dire team
Well,
ban.
How Conquer? Okay, it's gonna get picked up from Galaxy Racer. So again, we get to see the Alacrity Conquer. Does feel like it's a very, very solid way to deal with the Stampede
10
to
seconds remaining.
disengage and kind of reset a fight here from Neon. You can only control one person, but
5
nonetheless, it
seconds
could be pretty
remaining.
impactful.
I feel like if you're using the Stampede to try and escape from a team fight, it's because that hero that's being gone on is in a pretty rough situation. So X marks probably is all you're going to need for that.
Radiant team ban.
Just Yopaj's
Dire
face in that
team
little
ban.
emoticon, just twitching, quivering around, is just like, well, why? Why would you?
It's just funny.
Surely they could have added another frame to it, so at least it's a bit more, fluid instead of so just jarring.
Nah,
but-
what do you mean? That's good, I reckon. It's supposed to be a
10
meme
seconds
emoticon.
remaining.
They're doing it to tilt
I'm gonna
someone.
need
Do you
to-
look at that?
I'm
See,
gonna
you're
need to see you
tilted
buy
right
it
now.
then.
Seconds remaining.
You need to buy it. All right, if you support it this much, then put your money where your mouth is.
I feel like you're putting words in my mouth. That's what I feel like you're doing right now.
So you're cheap. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. What?
Radiant
Alright.
team
I was just gonna
ban.
buy the EG one, but Steam wouldn't even let me buy it. So now I'm like, okay, what the
Imagine
hell?
being an NA simp.
I love EG. No, love's
What
actually
is it
very
about
strong.
Australians that seem to really like EG? I don't know what it is. Like, is it Arteezy? Is that it?
I think that was probably the first team I was
Dire
attracted
team
to, though.
pick.
Like, I don't know if it was Artur.
Oh, we're on a first name basis.
Hang on now,
now,
we're
are
not
we?
on a first name basis. I did that with 343 as well. Cause like if I hear people speak about cause I'll call him Adam a bunch, and for some
10
reason
seconds
it was just
remaining.
in my head. That's like whenever someone is speaking
5
about him,
seconds
I think
remaining.
Adam.
But
That's how
he's
they
gone
bring it
by
up.
Adam before.
Yeah.
Like in a couple of games, or when he's been working as a caster. He's gone by Adam instead of 343. Arteezy has never gone by Artur.
He hasn't.
So I think
Artur
you're
is just
getting
nice
a little
as well.
bit
It's
familiar
nice
with
to,
him.
kind of goes off the tongue. We don't have anyone with a name like that in Australia. We got all basic. Like my name's basic as hell. We both got basic
not necessarily.
names.
No, your name isn't basic. Like you go to America, there's no Lachlan's, there's no Angus's or anything like that. They're all very
Radiant
just
team pick.
plain, like Marks and Drew and all this sort of stuff. Matt is very basic. I'll give you that. But Lachlan, you've got a bit of a unique name.
If you say so. I feel like there was like 5 Lachlan's in my school, but
Yeah, because we're in Australia.
Yeah,
We're
well,
not
that's
in
what I mean, that's what I
America or
mean.
whatever.
Remaining.
There were
These
9
voice
Mats
lines.
in my year level.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
So-
5
maths. It's
seconds remaining.
we've flown with the common names. Neon. What are they gonna flow for here in their last pick? You feeling?
I mean, it's not even revealed yet where exactly this Magnus is going to go. It's not a bad matchup against the Kunkka, right? And we've seen Natsume play it plenty of times. I feel like it's more of a mid, to be honest, this game. So they're going to pick something perhaps that can do a bit of a better job being able to, excuse me, cut around this Ursa.
You
Yeah.
now select your hero.
Good for kiting, and it's the very standard way of going about things, right? Mag PA, it's back.
Is
Not with
that
a Slardar combo for all the minus armor, but still solid.
is that really greedy though? Because I feel like I think PA is gonna get shoved in the jungle early, but if you put Mag there, and like we saw previous like you have a Centaur off lane that is able to have a very good start to the game. You position yourself on your front line, you defend your towers. That would be great versus the Brood. But Centaur's going against Ursa. That's not a great matchup. So it feels like CTM's game is going to be a little bit like a step behind what they're needing for him to protect towers. and now you got a PA who's going to be forced back into the jungle. So it feels like Yopaj is actually going to have to fulfill that role, but I don't know if I like this PA
Well,
pick.
it's okay for mine because yes, you run the risk of being pushed back into the jungle unless you can get pretty damn aggressive on this Broodmother early on. Insatiable Hunger, level 1, only lasts for 8 seconds. So you might be able to, get the engagement going on, use the dagger, try and force them to pop it and fight back into you and either blink away or not have the blink being used. But having that Crystal Nova combination super early on, hell, they might even have Play Hard start this as a bit of a tri lane to try and get this lane starting off really nicely for Neon.
It's
A lot
even
of slows.
It's even going to be a position 4 Hoodwink too. So we've seen CML play this Hoodwink as a 5 a couple times, but Yocam picking that one up. So I've, again, been very impressed with how Yocam's been kind of fitting the Galaxy Racer boys and now on a Hoodwink. See how he can play.
Something a little different. Yeah, I think, again, this game is pretty heavily on play hard. What he's able to do with the rotations that you make. You've got a couple of slows already with the dagger, the Crystal Nova. You've also got Frostbite to hold in place. Even Mag has a slow, and then of course the Centaur stun. So not too much in the terms of reliable lockdown for them, which means that this Mirana's movements are going to be super key. How are you going to be able to respond to that? Well, Ursa eventually is going to be able to get the Enrage off onto a lot of these routes, so you don't really care all that much. Hoodwink, it's a decent amount of maneuverability. But yeah, just the more and more I look at it, the more Playhard's going to need to have an amazing game, so why not give him a comfort hero?
Are you a fan of this Rush Bracer build that we've been seeing a lot on the offlane heroes? Is it just like you get 8 damage from the Bracer and a bunch of other stats compared to the 12 damage I think it is now with the Quelling Blade?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It just means that you're obviously strength, right? So you're going to get the damage as well from it. You're going to be a lot more tanky, and even just the regen, right? Being able to passively be a bit more favored in the regen battle compared to your enemy core.
Oh boy. Now everyone can see those emoticon we were speaking about in the draft. This little wonky head going back and forth. Having a disco. Having a good old time. You reckon we could ever get to a stage where Quelling Blade could build into something else? Like, could you theory craft some wonky item for Quelling Blade to build into?
Well, back in Hon, when I used to play that, there was a Quelling Blade icon, but it was a little different. It probably doesn't actually benefit you in the laning stage. Sorry, beyond the laning stage, but it had an active where you could actually like throw it, and it didn't like remove it from your inventory, but it just acted as a right click, so you could use it to take out range creeps without having to fully commit as a melee hero, which was kind of nice.
That's kind of
so
cool.
maybe if they, I don't know, if it was like it converts into something that then builds into Battle Fury, maybe? Could be a thing. I don't know. Like just a small upgrade that allows it to do that.
Yeah, because it would be pretty exciting to see. Something you could throw the Quelling Blade to CS. I'm for it. It might cost a couple extra 100 gold to pick that
It's
up.
called like something Hatchet, or I forget what its name was. Yeah, Logger's Hatch, I think is what it was.
Was Hon the good old days, or?
Yeah, a little bit. Hon was very fast paced. That's the big difference there. It's one of the things that actually made me want to cheer for OG when they first came into the scene. No Tail, of course, Fly. They at the time had been playing together for a long time. At that point, Moon Meander was there. He was one of the main Hon streamers at the time. Please look up his YouTube videos if you haven't seen them already from back when he played. His Get On My Level videos that like he just opened up the iTunes, he played it after every single kill that he was able to get, strips down to his tank top basically, and just starts dancing around on stream after he pauses. It's great.
That's the content we're all for.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm currently looking at a bit of a zombie pitbull choreo on Neon side. This is the content I'm all for right now.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
Is
cool.
that like Pudge's career? What's his name? Butch.
Suits it, I'd say. Legendary choreo. Alright. Pause. Done and dusted here. Still got 50 seconds and still we'll see the connection to the bounties. But with that time, let's check out how we're feeling about this game one. You reckon Neon or Galaxy Race are going to be able to open up with a victory?
I have faith in Playhard. I think he's going to be able to provide them with the lockdown that they need. The worry for me is when you get
30
to
seconds
the
to
stage
go.
where in your dreams level 6, you need to be like literally perfect with your lockdown, and it can't come from roots anymore. It can't come from slows. He's going to get that enrage off. He's going to be able to escape every single time.
I'm very hesitant because I feel like even though I believe the PA might get shoved out of the lane, but I still think they've got a great way to deal with the Brood. Like we've seen games where Brood, if you're countered, then it feels like this hero is
The
just
battle begins.
not playing it exactly to your power spike of just controlling up the jungle and taking away a lot of farm from the enemy team. But then when you actually have to play defensive on your side, then you see how much farm you actually take away from your cores. So I feel like having a mag is really going to enable them to be able to do that. You know, a centaur as well once it gets to that stage where CETM is going to be pretty tanky. So I feel like at least the mid game they can. I'm just worried that Galaxy Racer might be a little bit too active and aggressive early on. So I'ma still go die.
Yeah, that's fine. They actually managed to get that last hit off onto the range creep, which is always just nice. Already having a pause through. Sorry, the deny, not the last hit. I mean, later on though, if it does get to that late, which of course the Magnus is going to help with, it could be another one of these games like we saw with who was it that was playing it? It was Jackie on the Wraith King, right? Buffed up by the Magnus that just instantly cleaved out so many brood spiders and just fed an incredible amount of net worth through to him. So
Yeah,
that
that's
could very much be a possibility.
top actually. Polo's going to give up first blood. Play hard. Gets a point blank arrow and you are banking off play hard, being able to get these arrow connections, and he's already started off incredibly well.
There's a reason they pick him the hero. You know, he's not a one-trick pony, but it's a very powerful pony for sure.
We say no.
Not to be confused for MLP.
Why is he a pony?
MLP. My Little Pony. I know that's not what it stands for him, but
Are you My Little Pony fan?
no,
You sure?
I am positive.
It came to mind pretty fast when you thought about MLP, so it feels like you've used that.
I feel like you're just sheltered, you know.
How am I sheltered?
Well, you're like, what do you mean? What's the link there? Everyone knows about My Little Pony. They don't have to be fans.
Yeah, but that's not the first thing I would ever think of if you say MLP. And even if I didn't know MLP, the caster, like if I was just oblivious to that, I don't think I'd think of My Little Pony
might
either.
be in a bit of trouble here. They've got the Stifling Dagger to give the vision. They've got to get it onto him though. Kind of surprising that they didn't full-on commit to it. Here we go. Another instance where small misplay coming out there from Neon. They could have been hitting throughout the jukes through the trees there if they got the dagger off a little bit earlier. So that's actually a big impact. Not being able to get the early kill with, I believe, 2 mangoes used. And hell, Gatsmere might even be in trouble here.
CTM. He's gonna end up getting the kill before he dies. He's still trying to man fight with the double edge back up. Play hard. Fairy Fire's got to leap to get away.
Pathetic well.
Oh, play hard is love and life. 1, 0, and 2. And he's gonna be getting solo experience. He's already level 3. I feel like we've seen this happen before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Play Hard Mirana is a beast. You know, you've got to deal with it. You've got to either ban it, or you've got to pick some of these more direct counters into the Mirana. Things that are able to lock him down super early on with reliable, long-range routes. And they don't exactly have that so far. All they've got is slows. And a cookie, which is very easy to just jump away from.
Now, how about this mid-match number?
Bot lane.
Natsumi. It's a big kill to pick up on Mizu. This lane is going a lot better than I expected. They're gonna get a second.
Yeah.
Okay, how's this lane going better than I thought here? What do you feel like the reasoning is?
It's just not quite yet high enough level on this Broodmother. You know, you pop the Insatiable Hunger, it's only 40% lifesteal now, so, you know, not going to be massively impactful. And like we were saying before, only lasts for 8 seconds. So you're already getting a little bit of a buffer using the Frostbite there to reduce about a quarter of its duration. And you can just see with Zhao, look at what the priority is. He doesn't need boots. He just needs all of the regen imaginable. He's got mangoes, he's got clarities coming out to him. They're just trying to get kills onto Mizu as much as possible.
So a great start for them in regards for Neon at this bottom side, even top side as well. Everything's going well. 5 kills, 1,000 net worth lead. Mid at the moment, we haven't been seeing too much action, but do you feel like this is going to continue?
The aggression on the side lanes, or if
just
there's something happening in mid?
Yeah, the in-aggression that we're seeing mid.
Well, I feel like, perhaps, but I feel like there's about to be a kill happening on Mizu here. He just popped the Insatiable Hunger when he was close to full HP, and the regen has just been delivered through to this already level 4 Janual. So they've got the extra little bit of lockdown through the Frostbite. I'd be going on Mizu right now if I was them. No, they're just going to make sure that they're not losing the farm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's actually top. We're going to see a kill in your dream. He's got his first of the game here on the Ursa, so being able to hit back on CTM. That has died twice so far in the lane.
It's been for trades, at least both times though, so it's okay. Oh, they actually used the RP mid with the combo with the arrow underneath the tower.
That's how you can see plays coming out. Lacrity, too late with the ultimate. Very, very nicely done from Yopaj. You see, play hard as well. Getting involved, arrow on point. They don't have the easiest setup this game until there's like a blink on Centaur and maybe Maiden is able to find a Frostbite setup. But if you use a big cooldown like the RP like that, you want to put it on cooldown nonetheless anyway. Because Yopaj, this is a hero that just looks to flash farm.
Yeah,
Dire's middle tower
telling you, my
is
man,
under
play
attack.
hard. He's doing it. Even just pump faking constantly, making them feel afraid to even go into this lane.
He's going to fall as well. And now Mizu, too, is going to take a lot of damage. They got another round of the Frostbite. He might have to pop the Hunger just to get a little bit of life still back. Nova, not enough. Top, we'll see In Your Dream pick up another kill on CTM. So this time he's not going to trade it out.
Yeah, just getting a little bit too keen there. They don't think they even used the arrow, but they tried for the stun. It missed. Wasn't able to get the trade there, but Zhao, again, has he got anything coming out to him? He's just going to need more and more of that regen coming through. Yep, here we go. Mango, Clarity. That's next off the line. Level 5 as well. Like, he is very farmed on this CM.
Yeah, so is the Mirana as well. They're both level 5, which is crazy for the support's impact. Then we'll see through the early game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spooking them a little bit here as Yopaj is going to miss a couple of creeps into that mid lane as he takes a stack towards the tri-camp area. Still though, it's going to put him way ahead in terms of net worth, about 1,000 ahead of this Conquer, so he's doing just fine.
Yeah, it looks like Alacrity actually wants to try and help out one of the side lanes here. They need that bushwhack, but Yokam doesn't find the connection. Frostbite, they really need something out of this rotation. And they will get it. Januel drag back. All the aggression up top means that there won't be an extra TP to potentially turn it at the bottom lane here. So we'll see CTM lose his life at the top side. And we'll see Januel fall down bot. But Yopaj, drag back, RP. It's there. And Rage is on cooldown. So In Your Dream is going to end up falling. Another great use of the RP from Yopaj. And he actually almost has a blink completed if he wants to go into it instead of the bracer.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty, you know? You're wanting this Centaur, again, the build isn't rushing it super early on. Actually, are they going to get a kill here onto the Broodmother?
Mizu thought about sending his round a right click, but Natsumi got one more Stifling Dagger. Another level 6 is picked up as well, so a first hit crit. Alacrity's got the boat. He's going to try and get the kill on top of Natsumi. Needs the Tide, bring a bonus damage. He finds a connection. Nice attempt. That is a big redemption pick up there after you lose 2 heroes.
It is, even cancelling the Clarity as he gets into the tree line. Might even go for the dive here onto Zhao, who's lacking a little bit in terms of mana. He's going to be able to get off to the side and still soak up some of that XP.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
Zhao's dead.
is under attack.
Oh, they're gonna mass TP down though. Centaur, Mag, even the Phantom Assassin. They really want to limit Galaxy Racer at putting this tier 1 tower under pressure. And oh, how many deaths has Mizu got now? That's the 3rd death this game.
It's another case where if you have the response to the Broodmother, just bully him out of the lane, which most of the time you can't do. When you've got this amount of slows, if you can just blink away, whether it be through a Ricky or a PA, you're gonna have a just fine time. And hold on. Ooh, he is rushing into a Desolator, just wanting to rely entirely on that Empower, not doubling up on the Cleave like we see a lot of them do.
Oh, bounty!
So just keen to continue getting super active. I mean, you just saw the Blink Dagger already now completed by Yopaj. 15 seconds or so, he's going to have that RP available again. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with it. Top lane though, they're realizing they've probably made a note of the timings that the RP has for cooldown, so they're trying to take an objective, at least one, before that happens.
I wonder what build we're going to see out of Mizu this game, because especially last time we saw the Brood, he went for that interesting Dagon E-Blade build on the Broodmother, so I wonder if it'll be back to the utility just because of how rough of a game he's had, or what the build's going to be.
This could be a bit of a bait though.
Kisses flying on forward. They're trying to disrupt the damage, but still, they can't find the Snapfire in the backline. But regardless, it's a great RP. Stampede allowing Yopaj to get a little bit distance away with the Frostbite extra control. And your Dream's going to try and fly on over. Brings down the Crystal Maiden. Won't have any lockdown though to get the Mirana kill. So they do trade a couple of lives at the bottom side. It's still big though that in your Dream, he's already got this Claymore and about to be 1,100 gold in the bank. Ooh, Arrow, once again, play hard. Feels like he's always on point with the Arrow so far this game.
Look at Yopaj's positioning, just sitting behind the little crystal here. Eventually blinks away. Could have gone for another cheeky type of play with that shockwave at level 3. Good amount of burst damage. And they take another tower where you can just see they're trying to get as active as possible whenever they know that RP is on cooldown. That's the downside of going this, early rush. You got it at the 9-minute mark on Yopaj, but it's a lot of farm being used. At least he can use it for some maneuverability now, right? Going between camps, able to pick up a little bit more farm, act kind of like a bit of an anti-mage.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
What's Yokam kind of trying to tempt here? 6. TP in the Kunkka too. Charge up the sharpshooter.
Oh, does it land?
The mark. And they're able to drag back. The tower's been destroyed. So there's no extra rotations to the middle of the fight here. I mean, Conk is beefy, but it's not that beefy.
A little bit of a worry. It would have been a different story if he had that armlet completed just yet, but because of how these other lanes have gone, actually forcing out the kisses. That's a really early use.
I'm sorry.
He thought at least that he was going to get the cookie stun, and then kisses would have been enough burst to kill the PA, but I mean, when you miss the kisses, unfortunately, it's not going to do the trick. But we do see Mizu riding out this tier 1 tower. I believe he's going to be able to pick it up. Genuel is also going to be loving life after all those spiders getting killed. Yoink. Oh, another one. He's happy.
12-minute Deso. You love to see it. And they have RP available now as well. So he's going to use the blur to finish up this farm on the ancient stack. Might get him close to that Ogre Axe, or hell, like you've gone all in onto the damage. May as well just fully commit with that Mythical Hammer. It's not too much, like even the Conquer, beefy as he is, isn't going to be able to deal with that much coming into him this early on. We're a little low on mana though. That's the one thing I'd be worried about on OB.Neon right now.
Mizu. Solo RP. Shockwave miss. Oh, they're actually screwing back to the arrow. Nice play from Yopaj there. He's been having a consistent performance so far through the loot bet group stages.
Yeah, consistently just using that that RP off cooldown again. You know, you've seen it now with his Magnus. He's done it with a Dragon Knight as well. Not wanting to waste any time when he could be putting pressure on the map.
And the slow game that we have right now is really going to favor Neon, where your Mag's able to flash farm with this cleave. You got the Phantom Assassin, like you said. Very good timing on the Desolator. He's actually going into a Sanjin Yasha second item, so another nice protective. Just Sanjin Yasha, such value as well.
They're trying to go again. They might find Mizu here.
They will. He's on the very edge, but the arrow gets a connection. Mizu actually still able to get back to safety. Cookie, a little bit of space. Did the arrow hit a creep?
No,
or was
it hit a spider.
Yeah.
So a little unfortunate. They were a little preemptive, perhaps, considering PA was there, ready to connect. But still going to be just fine. He gets the Empower up. He's just going to go back onto the jungle. Missed opportunity. It's like, it's so hard to hit that arrow into a Broodmother, though. You know, he's always going to have his spiders farming around him. You can see how scary it is. All of this early team fight prowess that Neon have, that they're forced to use the X mark just to be able to clear out the wave from relative safety.
Oh, we're gonna get to see a first item Boomerang come out here for Yokam.
Okay. Don't hate it.
8 knots and full ahead.
Shenua. It's like, if I get any farm on their side of the map, may as well pop the freezing field. He might just lose all the majority of the gold that he just got.
Oh,
They
Natsumi,
found a more
he's in
important
trouble.
target. Yeah, Natsumi. X-Torrent sets up for the sharpshooter. They've bring down the Crystal Maiden too. And with these pickoffs, they're actually going to think
Picking
about
Roche.
leading into Roshan.
Alright, play hard. What can you do? 5 seconds left on that Sacred Arrow. Yokaj as well. He's got the pick off now.
Skewer, RP, drop down finally. Conker's gonna get control
He
with a
wouldn't get out,
great
would he?
use of the bushwhack, and Alacrity, no, he'll still end up falling. That Cookie to get some distance is not enough. They do pick up Roshan though, so the little bit of space created there from Alacrity's Conquer. It cost him his life, unfortunately, but again, the age is picked up, and in your dream now, that's also the Battle Fury 2,000 gold in the bank pretty much.
Yeah, and it also expends the RP away from Neon. So they're again in a position where they could look to try and get aggressive. Wonder if, no, still going to commit into the SNY. There was a brief moment where Natsumi was thinking BKB's second item. It's not amazing against this Galaxy Racer lineup, right? It's annoying, of course, being caught out by things like the Bushwhack, but I feel like the SNY is just going to provide you with so much more. More farming capabilities, more attack speed, more movement. And, you know, even the status resist is going to be nice when you do eventually get caught out.
Mizu. And they need a couple of crits. Never mind, they actually have a lot of damage. Cleave, Deso. Mag's going to get brought down mid though, Genuel. It's back to safety.
No detection just yet either.
It's a very even game we got at the moment. 1,000 net worth lead for Neon. But like we were saying, this slower pace game is really going to continue to favor Radiant having the Empower from the Magnus. So all these cores keeping up in the farm. You see the PA second, Mag third, Centaur as well. And this is a hero that hasn't even been getting too much of the Empower on himself. But Retaliate, Double Edge, great to be able to give farm. He's even got the Chip Vest too.
That's me again, just hanging around, waiting for the Empower to be given over to himself. The one hero that's having a really nice time is In Your Dream on Galaxy Racer. Top of the net worth, like we were saying before, he's got the Aegis. Feels like a bit of a farming Aegis. May try and make some stuff happen towards the tail end of it, considering he's closing in on that BKB for himself. But the thing is, if they try and go before he gets that BKB, have a look at what they're itemizing into on the Centaur and the Mirana. Mirana makes sense to go into the Yours, but even the Centaur, they're realizing that he's the only one having a decent game. So let's take it away from him.
Speaking about the Centaur, might get killed off by the double support here from Yokam and Polo, but the use of the Stampede gets him back to safety, and bye-bye spiders.
With that Yule Scepter, it doesn't take into account status resistance. So as soon as In Your Dream pops the Enrage, if he's not in a BKB, They're just going to pop him up into the air, make sure it's effectively worthless. And they're going to have 2 of them. So that's going to be enough time to make it enrage entirely just not effective.
Yeah, it's also going to be great versus the Conquer combo as well. Like, he's a hero that does rely on being able to hit that torrent boat at a quick succession. Alacrity. Genuel a bit too out of range there for the frostbite. But you just see how Dire really aren't feeling powerful. Like you were saying, this is more than likely just going to be a farming ages until maybe the tail end of it. So just showing that Neon have had quite the laning phase and quite the early game as well, where they're not worried about this ages.
They found out here. No, he's just going to still continue to farm. That is the Yules finished on Play Hard, and it's pretty damn close as well on the Centaur, only about 450 gold away. And you can see here, Play Hard even helping him out a little bit. Use the Starstorm to burst down the wave a little bit. I'm hearing a freezing field again, just taking more farm. Let's go, Zhao.
I don't hate it. Again, like, when are you going to be farming? So if you're taking away farm on their side of the map, just drop it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Defense. Still a little bit away there on the Centaur. The Ancient Stack is there. I wonder if that's where CTM wants to go and try and farm, but no. They spoke up before it's actually completed. Unfortunate, they lose the tier 2 tower. 45 seconds left on this Aegis timer.
Oh, they're going to try and get the outpost as well, but Natsumi instantly jumping on forward. Crits down the Snapfire. BKB going to be popped as well. Natsumi not kited. Jumps on the backline. Mizu. They did a great job at targeting the Broodmother. And now a double RP from Yopaj. Skewer back to the grasping hands of the rest of Neon's heroes. Alacrity will attempt the TP, but the Yules already picked up from Play Hard to be able to cancel that one. It's a 4-0 as Neon absolutely wiped them down in that fight.
Yeah, as they were waiting for the Yules to come down as well, Play Hard was just dancing on his grave a little bit there with the taunt. They did end up getting the outpost. They got a tiny bit of experience, but nowhere near as much as 4 kills will net you. And they were just a little bit too slow with some of that farm through for In Your Dream. So Aegis expired. He wasn't in a position to go down with it, and didn't have the BKB either. So he's going to start taking away some of this farm on the Radiant side of the map. They've got complete vision that this is happening. So they're feeling confident, or they might be feeling confident to go for a kill.
You're a tree hugger.
They know where they are, though. They're drawing the lines.
You see that? I don't know how they're going to be able to get any farm across the map, though. Like, you see where Radiant are posturing now. The control they have, the vision. They actually have got any more wards? Oh, there's a DD on Natsumi as well. So they actually might look for a fight here.
That's a bit of a yikes. So we got a smoke as well. Yep, Zhao's just switched it in. Gonna try and connect up together. And, yeah, say, get the hell back. Listen to me, cause. Here we go.
That is the most frustrating thing. You try and smoke and they're just out of range.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan connects. They run into Alacrity. He gets the boat off. Torrent, Natsumi is able to sidestep the combo. Now he's pretty beefy. He's beefy enough to actually get the kill on CTM before he dies. But are they going to stick around?
They can't. Unlucky there. I don't think they landed the stun, like the Centaur stomp onto it somehow. Not sure how, but Arrow did. Not quite enough. Conker very beefy with that Sanj. Armlet as well. They're looking to continue going though.
Natsumi.
No, they're under here. They got vision.
Okay.
I don't know about that one.
The cleave as well. So he got all the gold for the hoodwink and got a little bit of bonus too, getting rid of all the spiders.
Blur is so annoying as a support. You're just constantly worrying for your life. You often think, okay, I'm just going to buy up a Ghost Scepter and I'll be just fine, or a Glimmer Cape, but the Fade time oftentimes isn't enough.
Yeah, it's always fun getting 2 hits sometimes.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It's like, what do I do? Ghost Scepter not enough? My reaction's too slow. My boomer reactions, so...
Well, by the time I pick it up as a support, he's oftentimes got like a basher or something like that, and it's just a first hit bash from the Stifling Dagger, so even with my crippling arthritis in my weak hands, it's just not enough.
Oh, they're setting up on CTM top. CTM.
Stun.
He's got the Yules, kites the Ursa, Stampede away. He's got any
not gonna get
teammates
away,
coming
is he?
through. Looks like he is.
Wow.
That sets up CP from In Your Dream.
They're out. Still though, gank dodged. I think there was a little bit of luck there with CTM using the stomp at literally the perfect time to lock down the Ursa as he made that blink in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We do see Dire have also smoked up, but they have nowhere to go with this smoke, it feels like. Like, your bottom lane is not in a position where you can smoke and get an objective. You've already taken the tier 2, I suppose, but now they run into Natsumi. He's got Genuel to be able to Phantom Strike too if he wants. This is actually trying to force them further and further deeper into a fight. Skewer, RP, available and ready to go. They'll get onto 2, and that's both the cores here. They're going to get brought down instantly to start the fight. Mizu's going to try and buy back, but I don't know if he's going to be able to rejoin this by the time Alacrity will lose his life. As Skewer once again pass through Alacrity, will claim the life. Now they don't have any cores to deal the damage. It's Galaxy Racer. They're going to have to retreat back. Yopaj is Skewer. He's hunting. He does not want to give them any opportunity.
It's just Joker there on the sidelines, tossing out the boomerang like, here, this will help. It's basically like throwing a stick at them.
Oh, Mizu? Can he get the kill on CTM? He can't. And now Mizu actually just brought back. He's got the Ghost Scepter. There's the first hit bash. It's very mobile. Oh, Jukes, Yopaj. There we go. That's a big kill. 70 seconds on the deck. The Spiders are doing a pretty good job with that micro to at least stop them from pushing in mid, but nonetheless, the creeps will finally gap close it to the tower, and well, more importantly, second Roche is up.
I wonder who gets this one. The shard. You know what? Give it to CM. I want to see that moving freezing field Jiao.
With Stampede?
Oh, Jiao's got it. Give it to him.
And sweet.
No.
Disappointed. Surely, what's...
It's good. It's just, there's most of the time a better hero that can have it.
Is PA's not better with the Tide and Ursa?
Yeah. Against the Ursa it's nice, but it doesn't feel like they're at the stage just yet where they're like, okay, I want to just man fight you. Maybe once he gets the Satanic, it's going to be a nice little bonus, but not quite there.
Well, they're at the stage where they feel comfortable with taking a tier 2 and walking up the high ground here for Neon.
The siege creep.
I have to pop Glyph here, Radiant. They'll mimic that. Just try and make sure they're able to protect their Cardi wave.
I like that as well, with the, just Horn Toss nothing. Yes, he did. That's me making sure to stand there.
Your dream?
They found someone.
That's a big skewer. And Rage Pop the start. That's also boat use too. Not the longest cooldowns, but nonetheless, it is on cooldown in Rage for 20 seconds if they want to look to try and go back up for a little more tower damage. They do not. Everyone's back to base. They say that's good enough. Let's shove out mid. Let's shove out bot. Think about taking that tier 2.
I think they could have just continued to commit. You know, you have no more save now with those two things gone. You didn't use any abilities or cooldown or BKB cooldowns on your side.
Oh, in your dream.
In your dream will be a nice catch, but they're under vision.
They got the yours though. Might have to BKB. He doesn't do it fast enough. And Rage once again back up. The arrow flying on forward. RP as well. Ready and available. He hasn't used it just yet. Mizu getting obliterated from all the magical damage Horn Tusk brings him down. Yokam as well will get caught off to the northern side. So the eclipsing fight there from Neon as they bring everyone over. Great maneuver though from them. That smoke up, recognizing the potential positioning.
Dire's middle tower
CTM and play hard. Just playing together. realizing that, okay, well, you're not in a position right now to be able to try and stop us from taking all of your outer towers. We'll take another tier 2, thank you very much.
Dire's
And they're just going to continue pressing on forward. They've got the boat now back available, but they don't have 2 teammates. Actually, they're just going to go straight through to top now the back door's gone.
Tier 3 tower. It's already low enough. It's going to be easy then to get a full set of racks here.
That back door's going to kick back in soon, though.
Are under attack.
Yopaj, haunt us.
Nail it.
Cute play from Yopaj. They will control Natsumi. Sharpshooter, not enough also with the boomerang. Natsumi's got this first life. The X drag back. Yopaj even pops the BKB. So they've doubled the ages. BKB now on cooldown from Yopaj, but he's got a blink target to get back. So that is, I believe, just a melee racks. They weren't able to close the range out.
It's fine. The lane's going to passively push in. You've used your Aegis. It still had about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes left on it, but you're fine with that. Probably the only thing you're a little salty about is the fact that that BKB now has 1 less second on it. But still, things are looking good.
Do we feel like Dire have a lineup where they're capable at coming back with this far behind?
Probably not. I mean, it's 20k, and particularly this Broodmother, you know, the scaling has stopped. He's got no items. He's got a Ghost Scepter he had to buy back previously. He died back. He's going into an E-Blade, which, I mean, it's not going to be used for any aggressive kill attempts. So it's basically just your spawn Spiderlings that's going to be, you know, comboed together with it. You've got BKBs now on all of the cores. No, only the Centaur doesn't, but you don't really care about a Centaur right-clicking you. So I just feel like this Brood's effectiveness is basically nothing.
Paul's like, get away from me! I just want to live. I don't want to die.
It's the life of a support against a PA, unfortunately.
It's not a fun time at all. Not a fun time. Got that.
Dire's bottom tower.
Level
Well,
23.
Look at someone better. It
Pontos.
would have been nice. Oh, wait, he
your
blinked
dream.
into it.
He wants the man fight. RP Bash actually comes through. Yopaj still hasn't dropped it just yet. The BKB is going to get kited. But it's going to get dropped as well. They're doing a very good job to mitigate the Ursa's damage at the start. Finally, Yopaj will drop the hammer. Is the RP controlling? They don't have many buybacks as well. The chain lockdown's there, and the Gs are also there as well. Neon taking a marvelous Game 1 victory.
You didn't have faith in Play Hard. I knew it. He wouldn't be able to do it at all stages. And I mean, he popped off. He did absolutely everything. He was everywhere, sacrificing his own net worth as well to make sure that all of these kills were being fed into the other cores, made their lane easier. I felt like the PA and the CM could have done, you know, a lot against the Broodmother in the lane, but not that much. You know, I thought it was actually a better lane than, you know, what you might have been giving it credit for. But still, it was a dominant performance coming through from Neon as well, using the advantageous pick with that Magnus to mean that the PA doesn't need to be passive. I think even after all of that, all of Playhard's game involvement, I don't think he was involved in the most kills in the game. I think it was actually Natsumi. Yeah, it was. Oh, no, they were equal. They both had 28 kill involvements. So nice team game coming through there from Neon.
Yeah, it was. It was solid overall performance then. Yeah, like you said, I just was not really expecting that lane to go as well as it did for Neon with the PA and Crystal Maiden versus the Broodmother. But I was happily surprised, and Neon, a beautiful performance for them, being able to take this Game 1 here. Just, again, another solid performance we're seeing from the team. And they are now 1 map away from being able to take the series 2-0. Got to keep in mind, it is a best of 2 for all the round robbers for anyone that is unaware. So we're going to send it to a break with our second game coming up shortly.